Are we ready? Are we ready? Hey y'all, what's up? It is your girl Quan and welcome back to the Popquan vlog. Oh my god, it feels so weird saying this because I don't think the last couple of videos I was being honest with myself and I kept saying welcome back to the Popquan, vlog and everything like that. And I just really wasn't being authentic. And I really wasn't telling you all what was really going on with me. And I was just trying to push through. So today's video is going to be a life update. So if you are new here, what's up my popcorn kernels? And if you are if you are new here, become a popcorn kernel. If you are returning, hi my popcorn kernels. You all are what matter to me the most. I love you all. So let's just go ahead and click into this next video. See, I don't even know how to say the things right anymore. So let's just go, okay? I wrote down some of the things that what I'll be talking about in regards to the video. Because I don't want to be all over the place, and sometimes my videos I just naturally go with the flow, and right now I don't think I want to do that today. Today I just really want to tell y'all what the hell has been going on with me. Excuse my language, I know a lot of people don't like that, that cursing and stuff like that, but it's just been a lot that's been going on. Let's start with life update. So how am I? Honest to God, I am not the best that I could be, but guess what? I am working on myself. It's a lot of things that I have been trying to accomplish and trying to basically complete by the age of 30, and yet alone, I have not made it there. And I became very irritated. When you have set goals for yourself and you have yet to reach those goals, you become very fragile, you become very irritated, you become like, ugh, like everybody thought I was in competition with others. No, I'm in competition with my old self. The 22-year-old Quan, I'm in competition with myself because I know that the goals that I had when I was 22, at this age, I'm supposed to already have them, and I don't have them. So now that I'm kind of pissed off with myself because I'm like, what were you doing that you could not complete these goals, Quan? What exactly were you doing that you cannot complete these goals? So let's just rewind this back. So no, I'm not in the best of space that I want to be at this particular age. I'm not. I cannot believe like I'm here, and I can't believe that this is my life. But guess what? I'm thankful for it because guess what? I'm growing daily. I'm growing daily. All right, so that's that. Let's say this. Let's start with, I started back going to therapy. I was going to therapy last year and I did like 6 months of therapy, and then I realized, wow, therapy does work. It's a lot of things that I started to be very vocal about with friends, family, and like I had to set boundaries. And a lot of people don't like when you set boundaries for yourself. Like I've noticed that so much. A lot of people just really don't like when you set boundaries for yourself. But in order to grow and become a better version of yourself, you have to set boundaries. It doesn't matter, friends, family, relationships, boyfriend, ex-boyfriends, like you have to set those boundaries. You have to protect yourself all the time because the old version of yourself, you didn't go through this. So this is a new version you're learning of yourself, and you have to set those boundaries so you don't go back to those old habits that you used to do. Like I used to spaz the hell out on people, and sometimes I still do it. Like I would just go off and I would cut people off. I didn't mind cutting nobody off. I didn't mind because it didn't benefit me no more. Like you didn't think about me when you made the decision that you made in order to make me upset. It's a cause and effect, and I always felt like that. That's just how my brain operates. But skip on to that. I went back to therapy because I started to see a lot of things that were in myself that were coming back out. A lot of lashing out, a lot of disrespect that I was displaying to some of my friends as well as they were displaying to me, and I wasn't vocal about how they made me feel about a lot of things. Like a lot of friends that I lost, I'm not mad that I lost them. Could I have treated them better, or they did better for me as well too? Yes, we both could have did better, but sometimes you just really outgrow friendships. That's just really what it boils down to be. You can be friends with somebody for years and y'all are really not friends. I was friends with some people that were my friends for years, like years, like I'm not even lying. And we decided to call it quits. It's no hard feelings. I don't hate this person. The person don't hate me. Like none of my friends who previously used to be my friends, we don't hate each other. I genuinely still love them. I will wish them the best. I wish them happy birthdays, everything like that. But I have outgrown them, or they have outgrown me. They don't want that particular friendship, or I don't want that particular friendship that they are providing to me. So it was just time to disperse. So I went back into counseling because I seen myself doing a lot of things that that happened, and we already checked off another box because I was talking about losing friends. Yay! Y'all, don't be afraid to lose friends. Sometimes you just, it is what it is. It's life. If y'all are meant to be friends, guess what? Y'all will come back and be friends again. If y'all are not meant to be friends, guess what? It's okay. So mentioning of friends and everything like that, yes, I did lose some friends. Kudos to me. It's okay. Whatever. I'm fine with that. Alright. So I started to become depressed again. Like I think a lot of people don't understand depression. I feel like, you know, like I had to explain this to my parents a lot in regards to depression. Yes, I was diagnosed with depression as well as anxiety. I was. I think it's because of my current job, but we're gonna get into that later. I was diagnosed with, like, basically I have depression, and I never knew how bad depression was until I became of age now. I remember the first time I had my first panic attack was when I was in college. I didn't know I was having a panic attack. I just remember hysterically crying and could not breathe. I remember this. So my panic attack was hyperventilation, just to boil that down. It really was. I was hyperventilating because I was graduating. And I remember I graduated within 3 years of college, and I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do with my life. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, what I wanted to become. I know I wanted to be in media, but it was so hard for me to find a job in media. I always used to want to be a news anchor. That was like something that was always like the top of my list. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a news anchor. I know that's what I wanted to be. But the problem is, it was just so many, you know, cons behind the news anchor field like I wanted to do. Let's just say that, like, it's a lot of things that I didn't feel like aligned with my personality with being a news anchor, just being honest with you. Let's just skip that, okay? So I remember I was in my line sister car, and I remember I was just hyperventilating really bad, like breathing heavy, like I couldn't even talk. I just was like, I was sweating. I was just like, I was crying. I couldn't really explain what was going on with me. And that was the first time, like, I really just seen myself like at a vulnerable stage in front of people that I really don't know. And I hate crying. I just hate crying in front of people. Like, I don't need that sympathy. Like, I just don't need it. Like, I just don't need it. Sometimes, you know, crying is a release, but it's just be like, I feel like people just take advantage of you when you cry sometimes. Like, that's how I feel. So whatever. So that was my first time. Then after I graduated, I did go through grad depression. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a job for, like, I graduated in May, and I got my first job probably in, what month was that? I think July. And I got that job from July into like August. No, July into like September-ish, October-ish. I kind of like that job. Me and the manager, we were not seeing eye to eye in regards to that job. It was a lot of things, and I was barely getting paid. I think I was getting paid like $10 an hour, like legit. And I was only working 3 or 4 days out the week, maybe. And I don't even think I had weekends out. I don't even know. I don't even remember. I had got that job. I ended up quitting that job, but then I also had another job that I had. Like, I had a retail job, so I had 2 jobs at one time. So, and I was part-time in my retail job. So shout out to my manager at that time. She was like, I'm not gonna lie, like, me and her, we had our ups and our downs and stuff like that, but she was a great example of a manager. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Shout out to you. You know exactly who you are. I really enjoyed you being my manager, and thank you for everything you have done for me. Just being honest with her. That's that. So after that, I went through the Great Depression and everything like that. I couldn't find a job. I found a job, and I realized like I found my first full-time job, and I was like 23, I think I was. Yeah, got my first full-time job ever, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I don't want to work this job all the time. Like, I don't want to be here all the time, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Like, oh my God, this job is so boring. And it was like a call center, and I just always felt like I was better than everybody there. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. And then I met one of my good friends at that job, and she, like, we both were HBCU grads, and we always felt like we were better. We felt like we needed more. And when you know you need more for yourself and you feel better about yourself, you're going to try to explore different opportunities in regards to your goals. That's just me. So we both ended up quitting the job. We quit that job and everything like that. So then I was not depressed. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I was not depressed. That's when COVID happened and everything like that. I wasn't depressed. I was very motivated with getting my podcast and getting myself out there and letting people know exactly who I am and what my brand offers. I was really motivated. And I still was looking for a job. I got me a job, and saying that I got a job, the job was an easy job. Don't get me wrong. Like, I became annoyed with the job because it was like I was constantly on the phone. And it was a super easy job. It paid me really good money. It wasn't even like, the money wasn't bad. I didn't really like, I had an easy job. I was working from home. Like, I liked the job, but like sometimes I had attitudes and whatever. Like, you know how you go through your moments and everything like that. I would go through my moments, but whatever. So I ended up quitting that job, and I got my new job. And when I got my new job, I thought my job was so great. I thought it was like the best job ever. It was so easy. It was like always I'm on vacation. No, baby, that job didn't do nothing but bring my depression out even worse. The amount of anxiety that my current job gives me is crazy. I'm always by my phone. I'm always trying to explain myself. I'm always just, it's just so much shit you gotta keep constantly doing for yourself. Like, you always gotta explain. You always gotta overanalyze. You always gotta report something. It's just something you have to do. It's only so much you can do. You can never rest. You can never get the amount of proper rest that you really need. And everybody be like, oh, you know, like, I'm not ready to really talk about my current job, but that's for another day. That's for another day. I did change career paths, and I mean, I'm forever blessed to say that I have a job that, you know, like, because a lot of people out here don't have a job, and to you it may sound like I'm complaining about a lot of things, and it may be, like, it may be, but this is my truth, and this is where I stand at, and this is my life update. And honestly, to God, I feel like this is the outlet for me right now, like, to explain myself and tell y'all really how I feel, because I've been suppressing this shit for so long. Like, I've been suppressing how I feel about a lot of stuff. I didn't know, like, I feel like I was just losing myself lately. So that's just, yeah. So I'm not ready to talk about my current job right now. So I'm a summer walker, y'all. I can't sing those songs right now because it just, you know, it brings up bad memories. So yeah. After, you know, that life update and everything like that, I started to gain weight. And this is what happens with the current job that I have. You're on the go all the time. You're constantly eating. You're eating. Sometimes you overeat because you're trying to make sure that you don't become hungry. And I was overeating and I gained weight. I started off, when I first started my job, I think I was like a 140-ish. Now I'm like 158, so I'm like 160. You can see it in my face. I feel like I'm getting fat, honestly. Yeah, I gained a lot of weight. And a lot of girls always say, like, oh, I want that grown woman weight. Baby, I hit grown woman weight at 25. I swear to God, when I hit 25, that body started bodying. I always had a nice little shape. But the way that these boobs and this butt came in and this little stomach, oh my God. I was amazed. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was done growing. No. You get your shape, like, you get a grown woman shape at 25, 26, 27, 28. You get that shape. That shape comes in, and when it comes in, it comes, baby. That weight is on me right now. And I don't like it right now. So we've been trying to watch my weight as well too. That's another life update. I stopped drinking. I was never really a heavy drinker anyways. Like, I was very lightweight, and I love being a lightweight. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like, if you personally know me, you know I really don't drink like that. I take a couple shots here and there, but being a lightweight, I love being a lightweight. And I always tell my friends this: being a lightweight is always a blessing, because I can pay $10 for a drink and I'm drunk already. Hey, don't get mad at me. Get drunk. It takes me one drink, I feel amazing. Shout out to my mom, because my mom was the same way. We don't drink. Like, I just always felt like, you know, like drinking, it was to me, it is to me, okay, like I don't like to drink hard liquor, but I'll drink wine now. Like, I'll switch over to wine, but I'm not really a drinker. Like, I don't really drink like that anymore. Like, we go out, I'll be like, oh, they be like, oh, let's take a shot. I'll toast with them and throw that shot behind my head, because I don't want to drink. I don't like it. I don't like the way it tastes anymore. I don't like the way it makes me feel. It just delays me a lot. Like, it just is not what I like. But I mean, as of now, I stopped drinking. And I feel like, you know, I think the last time I got drunk, and God forgive me, because getting drunk is a sin, honestly. Getting drunk is a sin. I got drunk, and I think my dad had to come pick me up. And I really think that's really what fucked me up right here. That was embarrassing for your parents to have to come meet you. Yeah. So I think that's really what made me stop drinking. I started to focus more on my family relationships. And when I say family relationships, a lot of people, we don't realize we take family for granted. You know, you feel like they're always going to be here. They're not going to always be here. And I had to realize that with my job as well too. It's a lot of things that my job made me miss. And I was like, damn, I'm always missing stuff, and I can never hang out with my family and stuff like that. And I just realized maybe I need to build better relationships with my family. And so I've been focusing on my relationship with my family. And I'm not pointing anybody out directly in regards to my family. I just wanted to focus on my relationship with them, because I feel like they are the most important thing to me as of right now is my family. You can sit here, some people don't have that relationship with their family, some people do have that relationship, and I thank God that my family has been extremely patient with me. And when I say patient with me, they've seen the ugly and they've seen the good side, and stating that they have been here for me and took the time out to really just be patient with me. I love them for that, because they didn't have to do that. It's times where people give up on their family because they see that they're never going to change, and I feel like my family didn't give up on me, and it's something that, like, it get me kind of emotional now, because you don't ever get to pick the family that you have, but it's what makes you. And I think really, like, I really thank God for my parents. Like, I know a lot of people are losing their parents and stuff like that, and I get so emotional about possibly, you know, like, my parents are getting older and stuff like that, but my family is really what, you know, it's really what makes me. And I love it. Like, they may not see it all the time. Like, you could just be sitting there. I could just be sitting around them, or I could just be sitting in the house with them, and I'd be happy. I might be like, just, you know, like, they might not think it, but just being here with them and smelling their scents and being around them, minor arguments, is something that I miss. And I can't believe that made me cry like that a little bit, y'all. Embarrass me. Okay, y'all. So I got kind of emotional. I hate when I get emotional. Okay. Back on track. Let's get back on track. Let's see. Dating. It's piss in the pond. It's piss in the goddamn pond. Alright, so basically with my dating, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of slowed down on dating. Like, I used to be the one, I was like Mexican music when, you know, moving on to another man. Like, I didn't care. But one won't do, the next one will do. That's how I felt. But I slowed down on dating because I felt like it's something God trying to teach me, and I gotta pay attention. I had to pay attention. I really had to pay attention. So I had a situation where a guy, so my job really don't require me to move, in a sense, and he didn't like my living arrangements, and saying he didn't like my living arrangements, he told me he would not take me serious. And like I told him, hold on, baby, you cannot judge me based upon my living arrangements in regards to that, because you're not taking care of me. I've never asked you for anything. What have I asked you for? Nothing. And I know this person for like 3 years, and I'm like, I never asked you for nothing. I never fixed my lips to say, hey, I need you to pay this. Hey, I need this for this. I never did that. And I don't even fix my lips. Even if you're my boyfriend, I feel like my bills are my bills. I did this, so guess what? I have to go to work to fix it. That's what I gotta do. And it's like, I was like, what? Like, really, boy? Like, really? He judged me based upon my living conditions, and I'm like, my living conditions are not even bad. Why would I sit over here and struggle when I'm sitting here watching you struggle and you don't have everything up here logically together? That's the problem. A lot of people are always judging people at what they go through. Like, you're gonna judge me what I'm doing with my life, and I'm doing it smart. You don't have the opportunity to do the things that I have to do, so you decide to judge me and try to belittle me. That right there, that made me realize I didn't want to date him. I told him to keep it pushing. I did not like that. I didn't like nothing he stood for. He was annoying as heck. Any man that annoys me, you have to go. You're a headache. Remember that. You're a headache. Yeah, like, that situation really pissed me off with that guy, and I told him, like, honestly, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Like, you like, I get it when you get in relationships, sometimes women, we become a bill, but my bills are my bills. Your bills are your bills. I don't expect you to take care of me like that. I honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I don't expect that. I would be sitting here lying to you if I felt like that. So I told the boy whatever. I kept it pushing. I don't want to entertain him no more, and I left him at that. So yeah, I moved on. I didn't give a ding about what that boy had to say about me. And honestly, the dating pool has piss in it. I don't care what no one says. It's a lot of things that a lot of men require out of women nowadays. Like, you have to put your best foot forward. You gotta try. You gotta go through them. You gotta go through the talking stage for 8 months. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, honest to God, I have cut people off for the smallest things, and I don't care anymore, because it's like, I know how I want to be treated. I know how I want to be, you know, like, courted and stuff like that. Like, so it's like a lot of guys, when they try not to court me in the correct way, or they don't try to pursue me in the correct way, I just honestly just be like, I don't have time for it. I'm not gonna waste your time, and I'm not gonna waste my time. So we're gonna go exit the stage left. That's really what it's boiling down to be. And I feel like a lot of women need to put their foot down and be very guarded in regards to how they want to, like, you know, their dating lives to be, because going with the flow is not gonna be always the best thing. I'm just gonna be the one to tell you, don't go with the flow, go with intentions. Have intentions in regards to that, but, you know, don't have the expectations. Have intentions of what your end goal is, but don't have zero expectations. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So dating, I slowed down on content because I was depressed, and I just really didn't know what I wanted to post, and I wanted to be real with y'all. I didn't know what I wanted to put out here no more. I was very conflicted, and I didn't want to seem fake when I was putting out content, and the content that I'm putting out right now is just really authentic. Like, I don't care no more. Like, I'm just like giving you the raw truth, uncut. Like, I'm being myself. That's that. What else? So after all of that, y'all, I can say, and I know y'all, whoever has been following me for years, y'all, I finally reached New York. I finally got the opportunity to work in New York, live in New York, and to be honest with you, sometimes your dreams and aspiration of what you want to do is not everything that it hypes themselves up to be. I feel like I watched enough Sex in the City to believe that I wanted to live in the city. No, baby. New York. Being from the South and moving up north is a complete culture shock. I don't care what anyone says. Like, you be so amazed with a lot of the stuff that be happening. Honest to God, I'm always like, what the hell is going on here? Excuse me. I'm not saying like what the hell is going on. I'd be like, what's really going on? Like, I'd be confused in regards to a lot of stuff. So yeah, I just be like, I can't believe this is how much stuff costs up here, and the stuff down here, I just like, baby, we is cheap. I got the opportunity to live in New York, and that's like, you know, I always wanted to live out my dreams there, and it's just like, now I'm getting older and I want stability, and I want things to be more structured in my life versus not having structure. So I ended up realizing, like, I hate to say this, that New York is not for me. It's okay to change your mind, because New York was a goal for me, and stating that it was a goal for me, I ended up changing my mind, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I ended up deciding that New York is not for me. So we're gonna go on and figure out more goals and journeys for myself. So at the end of this, and to sum this up overall, I am daily working on myself. It's so many things that I have to work on and I'm trying to complete within a certain period of time. But I'm really just being patient with myself right now, because it's a lot of stuff that I wanted to complete by the age of 30 and I have yet to complete it. I'm going at God's pace at this point. And this also, before we, disperse, I started to go back into my relationship with God. When I say go back into my relationship with God, I've always had a relationship with him. And it's amazing to me that I see a lot of people displaying that they're going to church and stuff like that. And I built my relationship with God when I was 14 years old. And saying I built my relationship with him, I have never lost him. I've never doubted him in regards to my life. I may have had questions, but I never doubted that he was going to come through for me. And at a young age, I knew that. So I decided to really build my relationship with him, talk to him a little bit more, and try to see exactly why am I going through a lot of these things. What exactly are you trying to teach me? Because when you go through stuff, God is trying to teach you something. And I had to realize that, I'd be so blind when he's trying to show me something. I'm like, show me this, show me that. And it's just you walking up there and he's like, look, open your eyes, and you got to be patient with yourself. I just realized that I have to go at God's pace. I can't go at my pace. God's pace is always the best pace. And stating that, I had to realize that it took me a long time to realize it. I always thought that I knew best and hey, whatever. But I'm being patient with myself. I'm learning myself over, I'm trying to relearn myself. That's really what it's ending up to be. I'm relearning myself and I'm trying to gain the confidence of relearning the type of woman that I am becoming, because this is a new version of myself. I've never seen this version of myself. It's a lot of things that I used to like that I don't like anymore. And I'm like, God dang, why don't I like these things anymore? Why don't I like to do these things that I used to like? Because this is a new version and God is trying to show me, hey, this is a new version. I've developed this. I knew that you were going to be this way since birth, since you were thought of. I knew this is how your life was going to, how it's going to be. And stating that this is happening, I might be confused, but I'm forever grateful that I'm going through this stuff. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm grateful because it's just building my character more and more. And I pray for patience and guidance. Those are the two things I always pray for, patience and guidance. Because I do be needing patience. But I just want to say, this was the life update. Baby, it was more like a therapy session. I hope to God that anybody who is going through a lot of stuff and you feel like financially you're not just there or mentally where you want to be at in life, be patient with yourself, because I still have these conversations with myself and I don't know who I am anymore. But I thank God that I've learned to have this grace for myself, because everything is not gonna work overnight. It's not. You just gotta be patient and stay at it. So we gonna stay at this content stuff, because guess what? I enjoy doing content. And I want y'all to continue to subscribe to my channel, and I want y'all to continue to come back. And I want y'all to be here as I learn who I'm becoming, this new woman. Yeah. So we're gonna end the video here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are coming back, guess what that makes you? A popcorn kernel.